Hi, it's Paul Clifford from Disruptware, and I want to talk about why the SaaS model is, growing in popularity at the moment, and why it's such a great business to be in. First of all, from the customer perspective, remember that any customer buying into your service, it's a very low risk. Basically, they'll use it for a month, and if they don't like it, they can leave, which means that customer acquisition is a lot easier than it is to try and get software onto a customer's desktop. Secondly, remember that there's no installation headaches, okay? So there's no IT to worry about. All they've got to do is just log in and they're up and running. Thirdly, they can access it anywhere, okay? So from any country or whatever, as long as they have a web browser, then they're taken care of. And, because it's a recurring revenue model, then the long-term value of that customer is worth quite a lot. You can make the entry price reasonably low to get them in, to get them hooked in. And remember, software as a service, which SaaS, is basically a rental model. You are renting use of your software to them, whereas traditionally it used to be a perpetual model where they would have to install the software, but they would own the license. Whereas in this case, you're renting it to them and you're taking care of all the IT for them. Now, from a vendor perspective, or from your perspective, why is the SaaS model great? Well, first of all, there's one application you have to maintain and support. So it's got quite a low overhead. Once it's actually developed and built, then most of your cost is really on the marketing and getting the customers in. But in terms of the operation, it's a lot easier to support and maintain than a traditional software business. You're also selling to the end user, okay, the people who are actually using it, and you're solving their problem directly. You don't have to get IT involved or deal with any of the installation headaches or compatibility with their desktops or with Windows or Macs and all that other stuff. You don't have to worry about that. As long as they can access it and access the web, then they're up and running. And remember that SaaS model is a recurring model, and that subscription model is like built in. Okay, so all you've got to do is focus on growth and get as many customers in as possible using your application as much as possible too. And lastly, it's all about the valuation. And should you choose to go down a sale route, an exit route, then you might be focused purely on how much can I make my company worth at the end. And valuations are directly related to growth. Okay, and if you look at all the IPOs, trade sales, anything like that, and look at the valuations they've achieved, there's a direct correlation between the valuation and the growth rate of the company, not the profit. Okay, so it doesn't matter how profitable your thing is. Okay, what it really matters is how quickly you can get customers on board and build your revenue as fast as possible. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. This is Paul Clifford from Disruptware.